Hey folks. So this is the January 2025 Puzzle Pint, and I'm going to try to uh I'm going to go through it, see how fast I can do it, while also explaining everything that's going on to you all. Um, I'm going to, because it's a puzzle pint, I'm going to try to avoid spreadsheets and just do everything on this is Microsoft Whiteboard, because at least that way it somewhat imitates solving it on paper, but you all can see it. All right, I've got my phone here to time me, just see how long it takes. So let's go. All right. There wasn't a lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. The fly set the mood to continue her feast. That's what I'm told by her neighbors, at least. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly, but why, oh, why did she swallow a fly? All right, so we've got this moo and nay, and we'll see if that's relevant to the puzzle or to other ones. All right, many-footed creature being millipede. Yeah. So we're sticking a word inside another word. Okay. Border between land and sea should be like coastline. So we have a cone and asti. So we're left with this L. So we could do P L, asti cone. Fallen space rock is a meteorite. We've got a meat here. Terry? Tory. So there's an E here. Um, camera lens opening is aperture. Like the most clever, smartest. Spirited whale is going to be harpooned. So we have hard and pone. Yeah. So we're left with this O. Butter alternative is margarine. I hope I spelled that correctly. Mine leaves us with Argar, and then I'm guessing Agar. Agar, yeah. So we can cross off Agar. We can cross off mine, and we have an R. Um, like all of these answers, 9 letters inside. Add just a dash would be like season. We have sing for like seasoning, but we don't have. Yeah, we don't really have the things for that. Um, screaming for roller coasters, and that gives us sing and cram. Oh, whoops. I just wrote it. I was about to write in sing and cram. Screaming. And then we're left with this E here. Cram, sing. I may make this pen a little bit smaller for the next puzzle. It's a little bit thicker than I wanted. Um, at this point, I'm looking at the bottom to help me uh, with what I need. So There's a couple of these that look more like they want to be inside words than outside words. Like Ronnie wants to be on the inside, Peru wants to be on the inside. I mean, our answer that we have right now is P-R-E something something L-E something 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 O. It's not quite enough for me to get that. I need some more near the end. More prone to nervous spasms. That's like, um, oh, geez, I know that word and I'm blanking on it right now. Add just a dash and question marks makes me want to think of like Morse code. Um, um, Comperui. That feels close to something. You've got Comperue, or uh, co-perfume, co-perfume. Maybe like hype with Aries, and you can do like Hyparese, or hype in Peru, Hyperupe. Hyper Hyperdupe, Hypersoup. Um, this point, I'm just trying things, right? Like we have tier, and if we put wine, twine, yeah, twinier, twinier. Like it has to go after the e and wine, but also that's not how the rest of this puzzle works. Um, twitchier. There we go. Yes, that gives me the C. Gives me a C here. Pre-selection. With and tier. Let's see if I can get one more. I like pre-selection. So disruptive behavior, or like all of these answers, would be ideally the best ones. Um, Heat seems like a good outer word. Best also seems like a good outer word. Besperut. It's not good. Um, that W. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with pre-selection for now and see what happens. Pretty clear which letters I guessed on and which letters I didn't. So, all right. London Bridge is falling down. Oh, this is a Hashi puzzle. All right. So it looks like each of these has some. We need panic. Luckiest. Yeah, there's only one. Okay, cool. All right. So let's fix that pen that I said I was going to. Let's just make it one less. All right. What have we got? Well, this 8 has to have 2. Because of that, this 2 is already taken up, so this 1 has to come down to this 5. This 2 is also already taken up, which means this 4 needs to connect to the other 2 things on it. Now, all the islands have to be linked to a single connected group. So this section can't connect to the group via this 2, or this 2. So that's connected to it via this 3, which means this 3 can't go down here. Because if so, then this 1 would be filled up and it can't go anywhere else. So it has to come this way. And so now there needs to be 3 bridges that go to the 2 2s from there, although we're not sure which is which yet. Oh, this 1 over here, there is only one bridge that it can reach, only one island can reach with a horizontal or vertical, so it has to go like this. Oops. Which then forces this 2 this way. It forces at least 1 here because there can be at most 1 bridge down this way. And in fact, this bridge has to come up because if this 1 went over here, then that would just be an isolated area. So now, of the 3 other directions on this 6, there's 5 bridges, so each one has to have at least 1, and we'll see about a second one in the future. Oh, and in fact, because this is 1, the other 2 have to have 2. I'm doing great with drawing straight lines. Oh, mu is right there. Okay, so there does seem to be 2 sounds in each of the introductions. That's good. We've got consistency. All right. So the 5's got 3 left. Not really anything we can do that. Sorry. This 2 needs 1 more bridge, so it has to go to the one place there are bridges left. This 4. Oh, okay, it's fine. Yeah. This 4 has to go to the 3. This 2 now has to go down. Oh, wait, no, it can go on to the 6. Hold on a second. It can go on to the 6. The 6 isn't completed. And in fact, at least one of them has to go on to the 6. Okay, so this. Oh no, the 2 can go down as well. Okay. I'm just gonna erase what's on top of this 5, and I'm just gonna rewrite these, make it easier for me. Zoop and shoop. All right, a little bit better to see. This 5 only has 2 other options for bridges, and so therefore the remaining 4 bridges must go to those 2. Wow, that's bad. All right, so we do 1, and then we do 2. Great. Um, so this 1 either goes to the 3 or the 5. If it goes, just real fast, I believe, if it goes to the 3, now this 2 is forced to have 2 up here, which forces 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Oh, is this 4 forced? Yeah, this 4 is forced here. There's nothing else for it to connect to. So then this 6 is left with 3 more connections. Yeah, I can still see 2 different patterns based on whether which of the 2 twos over here connects to the 6. So I think I need to pause on that for a moment. All right. Um yeah, but what else do we have to work with right now? I'm just checking right now. So this 5 needs 3 going somewhere. So this 5 needs 3. This 6 needs 3, and this 5 needs 3. That 6 needs 3 as well. Well, I guess one thing I do know about this that we could just put in is that there is at least 1 here and at least 1 here, and there's 1 remaining. Oh, I think I see where. Okay, I need to walk through, but I think I see where the path of logic is. Right. So if the 2 is the thing that connects, it cuts this down, and if it cuts that down, then I think the 5 now has a problem. No, wait, the 5. This 5 here can do this and then this. Oh no, it's this 3 that has the problem. Because if so, this now connects, a second line connects here, which means this 3 now can no longer connect to the 1 because it'd be crossing a bridge. It can no longer connect to this 2 because this 2 is full. And it can't connect 3 times to the 6. So that's the issue. Yeah. Okay, good. I like that. So now we know that it definitely has to be 2 connections there, then 1 coming down. Um, and at least 1 here. Oh, I think I counted the path from the 3 to the 6 before. And I shouldn't have, but that's fine. Okay. Well, I've now proved this. This section is still not connected to the main section. But that connection is not going to happen for a little bit. If this 1 connects over here, it's cutting off the 5. Yeah, if that happens, it's cutting off the 5, which can still do that. That. Okay, that does work. Um, um, huh. So if the 1 connects down here, actually, there's no reason why. So the problem is this 5. So if we connect a line here, this now has to come down. This now has to come down. There has to be at least 1 in each of these. Huh. I feel like there should be some logical path here that I'm not finding. So, Trying to figure out what is the problem that's constraining me at the moment. Like maybe there's some sort of pattern in the corner that I can mess around with, but I don't like with a lot of twos and the one that just seems super free. Okay, hold on. So taking a look down here for a moment. Let's say this 4 connects to this 2, and therefore there doesn't need to be any sort of connection over there. If so, the only way that this bottom section here connects to the rest of the puzzle is if there is at least if there is one bridge this way. It needs to be only one bridge because the 2 can because if it's 2 bridges, then this 2 can't take any more bridges. So if that's the case, then this 3 can't send 2 bridges down here because then it would just cut off the other 3, and it can't send 2 bridges for the same reason, so it's going to do 1 and then 2. Then at this point, this 2 can only go here. This 2 can only go here. And now we have this problem that this 2 wants to connect to the 1, but it can't. So actually, I think that proves that there must be a connection here. And probably only one. And so therefore this 2 also connects to this 4. And this 4, it might connect to the 2. Like this 1 we have might be wrong. But we haven't figured that out yet. Now, was the rest of that forced? If this 2, in order to connect to everything else, needs to connect to a 1. It needs to connect to this 2, but it can't be the only one, so it has to go there. This 2 has to come up, and therefore this 2 has to connect to this 3. And we're not sure where the 3 goes, but something. Makes a nice 2 there. Sorry, I should be like saying things. I'm trying to think out loud here. So this 4 has just become a 1, right? Like it just needs one bridge off of it at this point. And in the current configuration, that bridge would have to be a 3, which is fine because this 5 can connect back to other things. What other things, I'm not sure yet, but it can. This 2. So if this 2 goes up, then we're stuck with this 5 needs to connect to this 6, otherwise it's isolated. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 1 has to connect to this 3. This 6 needs one more, so it is forced to come down to the 5, and now all of this is used up. And now we just need everything comes off of this 2, so we go the 2 to here, the 2 to there, there, and there, and that works. I don't know if it's the only one that works, is the problem. But I've connected like all of this. This is 5 coming off of it. This is 6 coming off of it. This oh no, this does have 5 coming off of it. This is 2. This is 1. This is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I don't know. The bottom of that felt like guessing, but I'm sure if I had more complicated hashi techniques, then I could like prove that this is correct. But that just looks correct. Yeah, I feel like something should not be working here, but it seems to all be correct. All right, here's what I'm going to do. It says first all single bridges, then all the double ones. So I'm just going to highlight all the single bridges. I guess these are making letters. Yeah, I mean, there's a capital E in the middle there. Reinve. And then NT. Oh, reinvention. Okay. So it's an R here, an E, an I, an N, a V, an E, and then here an N, a lowercase t, an I, an O, and an N. Okay. I'm not like excited about it, but yeah, I mean, it seems to work. So, okay, cool. All right, let's see what's next. The Itsy Bitsy Spider. All right, so we have a hiss and a bleat. All right. Itsy Bitsy Spider went up, down, left, and right, all through the spout while trying to catch a bite, searching for the bugs ere rain began to fall. Where was it able to where was it able at last to find them all? Okay, so some sort of word search where we're looking in every direction. Probably not in a straight line. We're looking for bugs. It implies we can't go diagonal. So like cockroach or roach. I see Cockroach. Yeah, here we go. Cockroach. My guess is that these are in alphabetical order. And we're just going to read off the last ones. We have a locust right here. That's 6. There's a Q here. Mosquito. Mosquito. Yes. That's a nice 8-letter one. Flea. A bee. A bee exists. That's a good 3-letter one that comes alphabetically before cockroach. Yeah, flea. There we go. I was like 4-letter insect between cockroach and locust. Flea seems good. And then number 7 has to come after mosquito. It's probably in the middle here. Um, I see vowel. It's not a termite. It's right here. Termite. Great. All right, so we have encode val as ones. Okay, so it's each of the lines in the word search is a binary letter, right? That's why it's 5 long. So this is actually 10100. 16 to 4 is 20 is a T. This is 01000. 8 is an H. 00101 is an E. 01001 is an I. 01110 is 8, 4, and 2 is 14 is an N. 10100 is a T. This would be the internet. 00101 is an E. 10010 18 is an R. 01001 is a it's an I. It's a I. It's 9. I was like, is it a 10? 01111 is 15 is an O. The interior 10010 are the interior. Okay. All right. Please, all right. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Tell me where your planets are. Seems like cosmic luck. It's true. All right. So we have Cluck and Nay, which are both repeats, I think. That's just interesting. All right. Place planets in the grid. So each star has exactly 2 planets next to it, including diagonally. Each planet is next to exactly 1 star. The number of planets in each row and column match the numbers outside of the grid. Some planets and empty spaces have been given to you to get started. When you find the others, you can flag the systems. Okay, so we're basically placing these, and then we're going to get semaphore. So we know because we already have the 1 in this column, so we can just cross all those off now. All right. We need 2 in this column. They can't go here, here, or here. 3 in this column. So both of the ones of this star have to go down because this star can only have 1 planet to go down. I'll just mark a planet with an O. And the other 2 have to go down, which means there won't be 1 here, there won't be 1 here. There also will not be 1 here or here or here. That's also, you could tell, just because there's another star and the planets can't touch 2 stars. And on that note, we can also cross off here and here. We can cross off here and here from that rule as well. We can cross off here and here. Okay. We also know that there's no planets here because there's no star next for them to be next to. There can't be 1 there. This star has to have its 1 planet in one of these 2 spaces, so it can't be up here. And in fact, since we drew the second planet in, this one is 2, and we have a planet already there, we can cross this off, cross off everything here, which means this one has to go there. So that's good. This star now only has 2 spaces that a planet can go. which is great. Nothing is stopping planets from being next to each other. Yeah. In fact, they're camping because of how semaphore works. This star also has to have 2 planets here. And then this one has to be a planet to make this star do a thing. But we don't know which one. Yes, we do, because this one has 1, so the planet has to go here. We've now crossed off everything in these 2 rows. Cross that off, cross that off. We crossed off the 5 in this row. Okay. This star now only has 1 other place a planet can go, so it has to go there. Which now gives us the 2 planets we need for this column, so we can cross them off. This star now is required to have 1 here and 1 here. That gives us the 1 planet we need for this column. So we can cross off here and here. That forces this and this, which forces the 1 out of this column. So we can cross all these off. We now have 2 planets in this column, so we can cross off here. So interestingly, this star needs to have 2 planets next to it, and they have to be in this column. They're going to be the only 2 planets in this column. So I can cross off everything else. And that forces this star to have its 2 planets here and here. This row has 3 planets. Our topmost available row now needs to have 3 planets. It has 2. It has 1 empty space. That is also the 3rd planet, so we can cross off all of these. 3rd planet for the column, I should say. Okay. This row needs to have 2 stars, and it's only got 2 empty spaces, so we'll put in those 2. The first column needs to have 2 planets in it, and it already has it, so we can exit out of those. The 1 and the 3 on the bottom here check out. This row has 2 planets in it, so we can cross them off. And then this has 1 planet in it, so the remaining 2 have to go there and there. And that looks like everything. Check the 3, check the 2. Yeah, so now we just got to do semaphore. Semaphore, I don't have memorized. So I'm just going to pull up my decoder here. Hi, decoder. Where are you? There you are. All right. So I'm going to pull up a different color for this too, just so it's easier to see on the screen. All right, they were really big because of something I was doing the mystery hunt. All right, so this star seems to be first, and it is left up is a P. Then this star is northeast south is an E. This star is an R. Yeah, is an R. This star is I. This star is H. No stars here. This star is, I think, another E. Yep. This star is a D. It's an L. This star is another I. Perihelion or something. This is an O. No stars in that one. This one, 2 at the bottom, is an N. And this one is an S, perihelions. I know that's some sort of astronomy word. I don't remember what exactly, but yeah, that's makes sense. Elions. All right, what we got next? Row your boats. All right, so we've got a hiss. Thank you. And not another sound. Interesting. Okay. This feels like it wants to be Coca-Cola. Hamilton Duelist is Burr. Stand-up person would be a comedian. Japanese writing kana, I think, is the 4-letter one of that. One of 4 in a deck. If we're following alphabetical order, that's going to be a king. Groundhog Day actor Bill Murray. Miley Cyrus dance move is a twerk. This is Arnold. A news item is a story. And diamond pattern, I think, is Argyle. Judge or referee. Official. One of the noble gases. Neon, argon, iodine, maybe. Xenon, definitely. Following a curved trajectory is going to be arced. Oh, is this... Okay, news stories article. These all have ARs at the beginning of them. Okay. Article. Argon. Oh, this is our king, and it works phonetically with king. Mysteries only known to a few is arcana, which works with arcana. Yeah, so we can do this. That is an F. And I believe that the answer, yeah, these are numbered 1 through 11. So I'm just going to do, well, actually, I could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 is F. The king one is going to hit me an E. Yeah. It's going to be like beef something, probably. Or reef. Archimedean. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, I believe that is correct. That is an O for 10. Guile is deceitful or cunning to fit with my Argyle. And that is an R. Arbor is our vine covered shelter. So 7 is an I. Weapon store is Armory. Murray is an N. Artwork. Yes. And that gets us a K in 8. It's Leif Erikson. Yeah. One of the noble gases off of L. No longer here is gone. Argon. I spelled argon wrong even, but correct for the phonetic. All right, great. Okay. So we need to gather some stuff. So Leif Erikson has a hiss. We have Perihelions with a cluck and a neigh. Did I lock this? Yes. Okay. Oh, I did lock it. Good. All right. We have the interior with hiss and bleat. Okay. We have reinvention with cluck and mew. And then finally, scroll all the way back, pre-selection moo and neigh. All right, so notably we have 2 clucks, 2 hisses, and 2 neighs. Okay, so we have a bunch of different things. We have 2 neighs, we have 2 moos, we have 1 hiss, which is interesting. Let's just go check the interior really quickly. Did I copy that? Yeah. I'm just looking at where these like gray squares are. We seem to have 2 mews. We have 2 clucks. So what if I assume that the cluck mew one has to go in the row with a cluck and a mew. So let's put reinvention there. Oh. Um. Huh. Wait a second. I didn't count the number of spaces we had. So this is interesting. Cluck to mew is only 6 letters. Can it go in just starting from here? Reinvention? It's still more than, like, it could have shifted over 1. So it's always a subset of 8 or no. Wait. It's always 8 or 9. Leif Erikson is really just hiss? Yeah. So there must be something about how these get added in. There has to be something along the lines of like the gray box. Maybe the gray boxes are special. It's the gray boxes are special. They're giving us a 5-letter or something. The gray boxes are special, and then we're indexing based on the animals. That's what's happening. So it must be like the gray boxes highlight like a 5-letter substring of the answer. So like if I look at perihelions, we get P like on the first row, we could get like a P, an R, an H, L I. This is good. E I E I O. Oh, they all have E I E I O. Well, except for pre-selection, which I thought was wrong anyway. I was worried about being wrong anyway. So we'll deal with that in a moment. Yeah, they all have E-I-E-I-O. That's the answer. Okay. Pre-selection looks like it's gonna be the top row, so we'll do that last. The interior's got two. Yeah, the interior is this one. Okay, I like that. Um, reinvention, I believe, is here. Uh, no, again, avoiding pre-selection for a second. Perihelion. Yeah, this looks correct for it. Is it just? No, it's not in order of puzzles. Okay. Well, especially not that. Perihelion is up here then. Perihelions. So this is going to be pre-selection. Or whatever that turns out to be. And then down here is Leaf Erikson. Okay, so Leaf Erikson wants the hiss. Perihelions wants cluck and nay. Oh, I don't like that. The interior wants hiss and bleat. Reinvention wants cluck and mew. And then pre-selection wants moo and nay. Livestock. That's what he needs. Or that's what he should invest in is livestock. Okay, that's cute. That was 57 minutes. Not my best time, certainly. But every puzzle pint is different, and this one had 5 puzzles instead of 4 in it, so this is fine. Yeah, I got stuck on the Hashi for a little bit. None of the puzzles are really. I mean, these are all seem solid. This is fairly straightforward. Good puzzle. Um, yeah, I mean, straightforward logic puzzle of puzzle pint difficulty, reasonable extraction. Yeah. Um, reasonable puzzle. I suspect that there is an actual path, and I just missed like 1 or 2 things on it. But this seemed fine. And once I processed what the extraction was doing, it was fine. And yeah, it's not pre-selection. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I could Nutramatic to figure it out, but let's go do that bonus puzzle. All right. Oh, it's one of these. Okay. Okay, so 5, that is the letter eta, or the approximately the bus stop is ETA. ETA. Uh, so 14 is we don't know. The Queen's Gambit's game is chess, except for that they apparently put out a board game. Somebody put out a board game that was the Queen's Gambit game, and it's like, isn't that just chess? If it's not chess, what are you doing? Um, 6 foot components, or what a bus does slowly in traffic. Arches? Slowly. So it's going from 6 to 7, so it's blank blank CHES. Inches. Oh, a component of the foot measuring. Okay. So now we have 14. Is TAIN? Starting bet in poker is ante. Common aquarium fish, I believe, is a Terra. That might not be correct. Reforming organism is a coral. 10. Yeah, I don't like that. Tetra. Tetra. That's the word I'm looking for. That still makes 10 TRACO. Just not great. But okay. Flexible fire truck would be a hose. 2 would be a hose, which makes 18 Sean. Oh, this is row, RHO, and it's for row your boat. 11, low female vocal range. I'm guessing is alto. I don't know what the different vocal ranges actually mean, but that fits in that section. 3 is in addition. And needs one more letter. Type of waterfowl or foolish old man. I mean, I know what the answer is. The answer is tired. Oh, and that's what's going on here is that uh this is train. This is sedan. This is tractor. Wait, then this isn't train. It is. Oh, I guess it's tired. Um. Oh, but that's not sticking it in the 5th letter either. So if we stick it on the outside, we get a D. We get an R. But yeah, I mean, this feels like it should be tractor. Maybe it just says track. Oh wait, no, because I grabbed the wrong bit. This is trackor, so there should be a T here. So there's gonna be an I over here and an E over here is what's happening. Yeah. So the answer is tired. Can we get the rest of the grid? It does help when I copy all of it. Prefix for potent, omnipotent, omnibus. This is gonna be like minivan. Yeah, wind direction indicator is a vane. So this is gonna be a minivan that puts an I there. And then this is gonna be like scooter. Yeah, an old coot, and that puts the E there. Scooter. All right. That's everything. That is January 2025. If you like Puzzle Pint, you should go to Puzzle Pint. They run stuff the second Tuesday of every month. So check them out. And also, um, you should check out the Puzzle Pint set I did for them, which I obviously won't be solving on here because I wrote it, but it's really cool.